Family Ties cast. Then and Now 2026. Where Are They Now? Full update. Michael J. Fox. Few characters captured the spirit of the 1980s like Michael J. Fox's Alex P. Keaton.
But I've given myself permission to suspend it.
Just 21 years old when Family Ties premiered in 1982, the Edmonton-born actor, born June 9, 1961, exploded onto television as the ambitious razor-sharp conservative son whose witty clashes with his liberal parents defined the show. With perfect comic timing and surprising emotional depth, Fox turned Alex from a potentially unlikable character into one of TV's most beloved icons. A young man whose confidence often masked loyalty, tenderness, and fear of failure. In 2026, at 64 years old, Michael J. Fox stands as a powerful symbol of resilience. Diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 1991, he has faced the condition with remarkable courage and openness. Through the Michael J. Fox Foundation, which has raised over $2.5 billion for research, he has become a global advocate and source of hope for millions.
Hey, I won't lie, it's getting hard.
His loving marriage to Tracy Pollan, which began during Family Ties, continues to be a beautiful testament to partnership and support. This year, he made a heartfelt return to acting with a guest appearance in Season 3 of Shrinking. From the cocky, arrogant kid at the Keaton dinner table to a real-life hero of grace and determination, Michael J. Fox's journey reminds us that the most inspiring stories often unfold long after the cameras stop rolling. Courteney Cox. When Courteney Cox first stepped into the Keaton living room in 1987, she was just 23 years old.
Alex, you want to know why I love you?
Born June 15, 1964 in Birmingham, Alabama, she brought intelligence, ambition, and quiet strength to the role of Lauren Miller, Alex P. Keaton's smart-driven girlfriend who could match his razor-sharp wit while gently pushing him to see life from a different angle. For many fans, Lauren felt like the perfect modern counterpoint to Alex's intensity, and this early television role became an important stepping stone that helped launch one of the most enduring careers in Hollywood.
Is that something she's thinking about?
Oh, for sure. She's going to go into the art.
In 2026, at 61 years old, Courteney Cox remains a true television icon with more than 4 decades of work behind her. She rose to global fame as Monica Geller on Friends, then carved out a legendary place in the Scream franchise as Gale Weathers. This year, she returned once again in the highly anticipated Scream 7, reprising the role that has defined her for 30 years. Beyond acting, she has also taken on directing and producing, most recently, helming projects that showcase her creative evolution.
Sort of glue? That seems insane. But
From that promising young actress who first charmed us as Lauren Miller to one of Hollywood's most respected and still active stars, Courteney Cox's journey proves that some careers are built not on overnight fame, but on talent, perseverance, and the willingness to keep growing. She is living proof that the best stories and the best careers only get richer with time. Meredith Baxter. In 1982, at the age of 35, Meredith Baxter brought warmth, intelligence, and quiet strength to the role of Elise Keaton.
Julie McCoy.
Born June 21, 1947 in South Pasadena, California, she portrayed the loving former hippie-turned-architect who served as the true emotional backbone of the Keaton family. Elise balanced her liberal values with unconditional love and calm wisdom, often bridging the deep generational and political divides with patience and heart. In 2026, at 78 years old, Meredith Baxter remains deeply admired not only for her iconic television role, but for the strength and authenticity she has shown in real life.
I was always going, huh? There were many occasions.
She has become a passionate advocate for breast cancer awareness, survivors of domestic abuse and addiction, and LGBTQ+ rights after publicly coming out as a lesbian. Through her memoir and public speaking, she continues to inspire others with her honesty and resilience.
Blackout deals when I was in my late teens, but I didn't really.
From the devoted mom Keaton, who comforted millions of American families every Thursday night, to a graceful and inspiring woman at 78, Meredith Baxter embodies the message that true maternal strength, compassion, and personal courage only grow deeper with time. She is living proof that the heart of the Keaton family still beats strong today. Justine Bateman. When Family Ties premiered in 1982, Justine Bateman was just 16 years old.
I want to talk to you. I need your advice on something.
Born February 19, 1966, in Rye, New York, she brought charm, style, and surprising depth to the role of Mallory Keaton, the fashionable, often underestimated daughter whose love of clothes and social life hid a kind heart and genuine emotional growth. What could have been a one-note ditzy character became layered and lovable thanks to Bateman's warmth, especially in her tender relationship with Nick. Mallory proved that there was real substance beneath the surface.
Sorry.
Well, I apologize for jumping to any conclusions.
In 2026, at 60 years old, Justine Bateman has completely reinvented herself as a respected writer-director, producer, and author. Her feature directorial debut, Violet 2021, earned critical acclaim, and she followed it with two bold new films, Look and Feel, which premiered at the Credo 23 Film Festival she founded in 2025.
Because I think that everybody has a completion to this sentence.
That festival proudly celebrates human creativity and bans AI, making Bateman a powerful voice for authentic art in the age of technology. From the teenage ditzy daughter who made us laugh and care in the Keaton living room to a bold, multi-talented filmmaker at 60, Justine Bateman's journey is a beautiful reminder of reinvention and courage. She shows us that the girls we once underestimated can grow into women who shape culture on their own terms and still carry that same warm heart with them. Michael Gross. In 1982, Michael Gross was 35 years old when he first walked onto the set as Stephen Keaton.
Really busy, Mom.
We're playing Monopoly!
Born June 21, 1947 in Chicago, Illinois, he portrayed the principled ex-hippie and PBS station manager who tried to keep peace in a household torn by generational and political clashes. With his quiet patience, gentle humor, and steady presence, Stephen became the calm counterweight to Alex's fiery ambition and the emotional anchor that held the entire Keaton family together through every debate and disagreement. In 2026, at 78 years old, Michael Gross continues to work steadily in front of the camera. He remains best known to fans worldwide as Burt Gummer, the gun-toting survivalist he has played in every Tremors film and the television series, an iconic role that has spanned more than 3 decades. He still appears regularly at fan conventions, where he warmly greets generations of viewers who grew up loving Stephen Keaton.
About the second episode of...
From the patient, level-headed dad who helped us laugh through family arguments to the reliable 78-year-old actor still showing up for his fans, Michael Gross has always been the steady counterweight. He reminds us that true strength in life and in family isn't loud or flashy. It's the quiet, consistent presence that keeps everything grounded even after all these years. Tracy Pollan. When Tracy Pollan first appeared on Family Ties in 1985, she was 25 years old. Born June 22, 1960 in Long Island, New York, she brought warmth, idealism, and a free-spirited artistic soul to the role of Ellen Reed, Alex P. Keaton's gentle yet strong love interest. Unlike the more combative relationships Alex had known, Ellen softened his sharp edges with empathy and understanding. Their romance became one of the show's most heartfelt storylines, proving that real connection could bloom even across differences in personality and worldview.
Put that down. Can't you see I'm painting that?
In 2026, at 65 years old, Tracy Pollan is still warmly remembered by fans for that beautiful on-screen performance. But for millions, she is even more admired for the real-life love story that began on the Family Ties set. In 1988, she married Michael J. Fox, and nearly 38 years later, their marriage remains a quiet, powerful example of partnership loyalty and unwavering support.
Name.
Through Fox's Parkinson's diagnosis and decades of challenges, Paulin has stood beside him with grace and strength, raising 4 children while continuing to act and live life on her own terms. From the artistic young woman who captured Alex's heart on television, to the devoted wife who has shared nearly 4 decades of real-life love and resilience, Tracy Pollin's journey reminds us that the most meaningful romances often begin in the most unexpected places and can truly last a lifetime. Mark Price. When Family Ties first welcomed him in 1982,
Why did you do it? You could go out.
Mark Price was only 14 years old. Born February 23, 1968, he stepped into the Keaton world as Erwin Skippy Handelman, the lovable, awkward neighbor whose nerdy charm, sincere friendship with Alex, and hopeless crush on Mallory delivered some of the show's sweetest and most innocent laughs. Skippy wasn't there for big jokes or sharp comebacks. He was the kid next door who tried too hard, meant well, and reminded every viewer of that one earnest friend from their own childhood. His warmth and sincerity turned potential embarrassment into pure, heartfelt comedy. In 2026, at 58 years old, Mark Price has stayed true to that same gentle spirit. He remains deeply connected to comedy, regularly touring the country with his stand-up shows, where he shares funny, nostalgic stories that always circle back to the joy of family ties. He continues to support the Michael J.
Attacks. I get heart palpitations when the waiter comes over.
Fox Foundation, giving back to the cause that touches so many fans who grew up with the show. From the sweet kid next door who made us smile every time he knocked on the Keaton door, to the warm-hearted 58-year-old still spreading laughter and kindness today, Mark Price proves that some people never lose the goodness they brought to our screens. His enduring warmth reminds us that the simplest, most sincere characters often leave the deepest marks on our hearts. Scott Valentine. When Scott Valentine joined Family Ties in 1985, he was 27 years old.
Keaton.
Nice to meet you, Nick. It's a pleasure having you.
Born June 3, 1958, in Saratoga Springs, New York, he stepped into the Keaton home as Nick Moore Mallory's leather-jacketed motorcycle-riding boyfriend who looked like trouble but carried a surprisingly soft, artistic heart. With his simple, instantly recognizable, "Hey Nick" challenged the Keatons' liberal ideals in the best possible way, forcing Stephen and Elise to practice the tolerance they preached. He quickly became one of the show's most beloved recurring characters.
One day, you know...
proving that real depth often hides behind a tough exterior. In 2026, at 67 years old, Scott Valentine is still fondly remembered by fans for that iconic hey and the gentle humor he brought to every scene. After Family Ties, he chose a quieter path, living a peaceful life away from the spotlight, while continuing to act only on projects that truly interested him. He has stayed out of the tabloid world, focusing instead on family and personal fulfillment.
And hearing some kids' problems that have friends that are on drugs.
From the guy who looked like trouble walking through the Keaton door to a warm, enduring memory that still makes us smile. Scott Valentine's journey is a gentle reminder that some characters and the actors who play them leave behind the softest, most lasting impressions. Nick Moore didn't just pass through the show, he became part of the family we still hold dear. Brian Bonsall. When little Andrew Andy Keaton first toddled into the family living room in 1986, Brian Bonsall was only 5 years old. Born December 3, 1981 in Torrance, California, he brought an irresistible ray of sunshine to the later seasons of Family Ties. With his wide-eyed innocence, adorable curiosity, and the way Alex tried and hilariously failed to mold him into a tiny conservative Andy reminded every viewer that time was gently passing inside the Keaton home. He added a sweet, tender layer of family warmth that made the show feel even more complete.
Who's that? Alex. Who is Alex?
In 2026, at 44 years old, Brian Bonsall has stepped away from acting to follow a very different passion. He now lives a peaceful, grounded life, focused on music as a rock singer and guitarist, performing with his band, and enjoying the creative freedom that comes with being behind the mic instead of in front of the camera. He has chosen family and privacy over Hollywood, raising his own children far from the spotlight. From the 5-year-old sunshine who melted our hearts in the final seasons to the grown man of 44 quietly living his dream. Brian Bonsal's story gently reminds us how quickly time moves. The little boy we watched grow up on Thursday nights is now a father himself, proof that even the youngest Keaton has stepped into adulthood while the warmth of family ties remains timeless. John Hancock. When John Hancock first appeared in Family Ties in 1983, he was 42 years old. Born March 4, 1941, in Hazen, Arkansas, he brought a quiet dignity and warm wisdom to the role of Gus Thompson, the steady owner of the local hangout who offered the Keaton family a comforting voice beyond their own four walls. Gus listened more than he spoke, gave gentle advice when the world felt too loud, and quietly reminded everyone that community and kindness could exist outside the dinner table debates. Though he appeared in only a handful of episodes, his presence added a layer of heart and stability that fans still feel today. In 2026, more than 30 years after his passing on October 12, 1992, at the age of 51, John Hancock is remembered with deep fondness. His gentle legacy lives on every time a rerun brings Gus back to the screen, a calm, reassuring figure who never sought the spotlight but left a lasting impression. From the quietly important man who offered wisdom and warmth to a beloved TV family, to the actor whose gentle spirit still comforts us decades later, John Hancock's story is a poignant reminder of how fragile time can be. Some roles may be small, but the most meaningful ones never fade. Gus Thompson and the man who played him continues to prove that the quietest voices often echo the loudest in our hearts. "44 years after Family Ties first lit up our Thursday nights, the Keaton family still feels like our own. From Michael J. Fox's courageous fight and Courtney Cox's enduring stardom to the quiet grace of Meredith Baxter and the heartfelt reinvention of Justine Bateman, these actors have grown changed and in some cases left us far too soon. Yet the show's greatest gift remains unchanged. It taught us that families don't have to agree on everything to love each other deeply. In 2026, that message feels more important than ever. Which Keaton will always feel like part of your family? Drop your favorite memory or character in the comments below. We'd love to hear which one still lives in your heart. Thank you for watching on Fame Legends Excellence.